Hello everybody and welcome back to Pravus Gaming with more Dawn of Man in the fortified town of Gruntings. You can see we've actually progressed a little bit since the last video. I thought, you know what, I'll just go ahead and play a little bit in between, build up some more housing and stuff. You can see that we're really starting to progress a little bit there, build up some knowledge, because here's what's really going to happen, right, is I'm going to record some of this, and then I'm just going to sit here for the next 2 hours and do this anyway. So, you've missed nothing. You missed nothing that you wouldn't have seen from a junk cut anyway. Now, we do have 25 knowledge, which means we can progress into the Iron Age, which means we can make a whole new set of iron tools, which sounds exciting. I don't know if iron tools are any better than bronze, though I have to imagine steel tools are definitely the best. So, iron might be more or less the same as copper in that we use it just to get some knowledge and then progress onto steel. But I also don't know how much more expensive steel is, so we'll see. Either way, we're going to pick this up. Let's unlock the Iron Age. Now, if we can get, wow, 20 knowledge for steel and then 12 for everything else, that's expensive. We can get to things like deep mining, which I assume is going to get me better ore, unless I have to get this in order to get iron. Maybe? I'm not sure. Then we have... oh, I just got an achievement. Iron Man. Ha! That's funny. Then we have Staddle Stones, which lets us upgrade our granaries. Then we have Hydropower, which lets us get a watermill, which I assume is a better way of getting flour. So we don't have to, just bash it with rocks anymore. Reinforced fortifications, so we can get better gates, better platforms, better guard towers using stone. Baking, an oven to get better bread instead of just sitting around the campfire. And finally, the complex megalithism, which allows us to build the cairn, which is kind of our ultimate goal here. I really want to get that final milestone and achievement and get 150 pops and build a cairn. I'm a little concerned that's going to take forever, but if it means I have to record this video for 4 hours, I'll freaking do it. Look at this guy going over the mountain with his cart. That is bold, sir. I feel like you should have been, like, rolling uncontrollably. Funny stuff. Okay, let's see. Animals have gone extinct. Wild horses went extinct? Oh, that doesn't sound right at all. There better be, like, a domestic, like, non-wild form of horse somewhere. Horses didn't go frickin' extinct. How is that even possible? Hang on. Let's take a look at our knowledge source here. We can actually get some sense. Donkeys, feral horse, wild horse. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's the feral horse instead of the wild horse. Well, that means we can't get any more knowledge from them. That kind of sucks. Okay, well, fine, so be it. Now let's take a look at our production and see if we can indeed start harvesting iron. Yes, we can. Okay. So, iron, let's go to our primal mode here. There's some iron up here. The red sources are what we're looking for. This basically has become like mining central, this mountain right here. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and embrace that a little bit. There we go. What else can we build? Because I see some new stuff. The Bloomery. A place to smelt iron ore into iron and steel. So it's not the same as a pit furnace, but we do need a whole new building. Okay. Well, I guess we should just go ahead and place it in a slightly different area. How about we build a couple over here to start? Let's just build 2. Not sure how many we're going to need. Probably quite a few. And then we have access to the blacksmith, which is not the same as the metalsmith, and this is where we can make iron and steel tools. So we should probably go ahead and place at least a couple of these as well. Let's do 2 like that. Okay, not too bad. Anything else that we can do? Production. Don't have access to anything else quite yet, so I think that's all that's new for the moment. But that seems exciting. Alright, guys, go mine some iron and give me a new source of toolage. Oh, cool. I didn't realize you could shoot Oryx over the walls. Well, perfect. If you guys are going to wander so dang close, I'm just going to shoot you from the safety of my base. Look at that. They can't even do anything. They don't even know what to do. They don't know if they want to run. They don't know if they want to hide. They don't know if they want to cry. All I know is they're dead and they're going to be delicious. Okay, we've built our first couple of bloomeries and blacksmiths. So a bloomery requires, it looks like iron and charcoal to make iron. Okay, steel we don't know yet, but I do want plenty of this. And the blacksmith can indeed make tools exactly the same as before, including things like iron swords. That's fun. So we should probably start by making... honestly, sickles are probably the best for me. But let me compare this. So we have 3 harvesting as opposed to... 3 harvesting. So yes, iron is exactly the same as bronze. So I'm guessing then that steel is what's going to get me to that final 4-star for our harvesting. So we should make these, but it's not an absolute high priority. That said, it's probably slightly easier for me to make than bronze, because bronze requires multiple materials to manufacture. We need tin, copper, and lots of charcoal, whereas iron should be relatively abundant. So I'm guessing that that's what we want to do, is use a lot of iron going forward. Alright, that sounds pretty good to me. Let's go ahead and upgrade this to a roundhouse as well. These cows need to be milked. These cows need to be skinned and slaughtered. Now, they've already been slaughtered, but I need to get all their meat. And honestly, the base is looking really good. We seem to have more or less reached a point where I have enough population to act... Oh, wait, hang on. We have more cows. We have enough population that we usually can get our farming all done in a pretty timely fashion. It sounds like we're over capacity right now, but that should change quickly enough. And as a result, not everyone is losing morale super duper quickly, so that's all quite good. We could tame this cow, I suppose. But I think Nah, we'll tame it, I guess. Let's go and do that thing. What I wanted to do was slaughter that Oryx, but oh well. Yeah, no, we're looking solid. We have enough materials. We are sustainable. And with the invention of iron, I'm hoping we're just going to get more efficient over time. What the crud is going on with this storm? Hey, look, more wild donkeys, and, ooh, a new creature, the bison. Well, you look like fun. We should go slaughter you and learn how you tick. Well, they're aggressive, it turns out, but that's fine. Oh, maybe we already have killed some bison. I assumed they were a new critter. I am apparently incorrect on that point. Well, boo. What the heck is a muskox? I've definitely never seen a muskox before. That is new. Oh, yeah, we have killed bison. Oh, darn it, I was hoping we were going to invent something. Well, I guess it's fine. We probably should start trading away some of our excess bronze equipment if I am going to be swapping over to iron. Because I'm pretty sure that these are going to be going down in value as time goes on. So getting rid of things like copper and bronze and stuff probably makes a lot of sense. You can see that copper actually has already become worthless. So we can go ahead and start getting rid of some of those whenever it makes sense. I do find that I really value getting things like charcoal and tin from the traders whenever it becomes available. And copper and stuff, because mining takes a very long time, and anything I can do that frees my villagers so they don't have to go mining quite as often means they'll be more productive somewhere else. So I like doing that whenever we have the excess materials. All we have to do is just make a frick ton of fishing rods, and it seems like we're fine and we can trade for anything we want. So, high advocate for that. So as I'm sitting around waiting for things to happen, what do you guys think of Dawn of Man so far? I'm very curious. At the time I'm recording this, I actually did very recently post a poll in the YouTube community section just asking for people's thoughts, and if this is something I'd like to see more of, I personally think that this game could be really fun. It gives me a lot of Banished vibes, and you all know that I'm a huge fan of Banished, but it gets a very different twist to it, and I really like seeing the natural evolution of the human civilization here. I'm kind of hoping that when I finish this campaign, like maybe there's an actual endpoint and it will show all the different milestone screenshots that they took so you can see how things moved along, but worst come to worst, I don't know. You guys have seen it over the videos. I think it's really fun. I'd like to play more of this, personally. Maybe on some slightly harder maps and a higher difficulty. Because while this has not been, I would say, super easy, I think I've learned enough at this point that we can afford to ramp up the difficulty just a wee little bit and have some fun with that. If that's something you guys would like to see more of, you just gotta let me know in the comment section down below. Don't know if I will, like, promise to do it. It really depends a lot on how this continues to perform at the end of the day, but I think it's doing pretty well so far. So, yeah, more Dawn of Man. And also, I need to be relying on you guys more for suggestions, because this is a winner. I'm playing this just because you guys recommended it. And you were right. It's absolutely my type of a game. Loving it. So, more suggestions, please. Oh, of course. The second that I decide, you know what, let's start tearing down some of these walls and start building up some wooden walls, what happens? We get raiders coming from that exact direction. Ah, that is unfortunate. All right, cancel the... oh, crap. Well, now we don't have any wall. Okay, well, you know what we're going to have to do without walls? Everyone, get into the towers. And on platforms and stuff. It's going to be a little dangerous, but maybe we'll be okay. I don't know. Everyone get ready to shoot the crud out of them. We got a lot of really low morale for some reason. I think someone may have plopped over dead and everyone got sad. All right, shoot them as they cross the bridge. Oh, gosh, this is going to be a freaking melee. It's going to be a huge freaking melee. Hang on, I want a camera on this one. I want a good camera angle. That's not a much better camera angle. Wow, that is a cluster and a half right there. Jeez, look at this. Are all my low morale people dying? Is that what's going on? I think somewhere down the line it just straight up stopped telling me when people were dying. Well, it seems that people did more or less okay. I mean, my population doesn't seem to have gone down. I think that everyone's actually happy that they were able to kill the raiders. I think that increases their morale. We like slaughtering humans. I should use this information. Okay, we can grab a new level of technology. I don't think I want to go straight to steel quite yet. We have a lot more iron we still need to do. So what do I want? Deep mining, stattle stones, hydropower. Don't need the reinforcements yet. We could go for the complex megalithism and just figure out what's needed for a cairn. But right now, morale actually seems to be more or less under control, so... Stattle Granary is another upgrade we can do. Deep Iron Mine might be good for getting more iron, but at the moment we're okay on that front. Watermill would save me a bit of time. I do kind of like the idea of going for the hydro power. Baking wouldn't be a bad idea either. I think I'm going to go for the hydropower to save me a little bit of labor so we can let the water do the work and just have less workload in general. That seems fine. So what is involved in getting myself a watermill? Stone, logs, and straw. Okay. So if I place one like right here, for example, it's not a bad location. It's relatively well defended. Can place it right there. And that should mean we can demolish the mortars, depending on just how productive it is. Very curious how good it'll be. So we'll find out in a little bit. Let me jump forward and show you guys. Well, I was going to show you guys, and then a sheep got struck by lightning. Apparently the gods do not like the idea of a watermill. It is an affront to them. There we go, a watermill has been built. Okay, so this does indeed get flour. It actually takes 3 grain and turns it into 3 flour right away. Oh, okay, so triple production speed is what I'm guessing has just come out of that. That seems pretty solid. So if I were to recycle these mortars and have, let's say, 2 of those watermills, that should be more than enough to keep me going for the rest of the game. Okay, yeah, no, I like that. Ooh, we can buy the deep mining tech. Of course, it's going to be phenomenally expensive, but if I do want to just get rid of a bunch of these tools, we can totally afford to do that. We made so many bronze tools, I think I'm fine with it. Let's just go ahead and buy some iron while we're at it. Maybe some more flour and bread and stuff, just to get some value out of it. Maybe trade a little bit less. There we go. And I guess we'll just take your rocks. Perfect. Okay, so that's going to get me some more technology. Deep mining is Dunskies, which means now I should be able to take advantage of this iron mine right here. I always could, but let's see if we can get more value. So for production, no. Metallurgy, deep iron mine costs a heck of a lot more, but allows us to further increase the iron ore extraction very close to the base. Seems reasonable enough to me. Hello, a load of bison. What are you guys doing here? Woohoo! We have reached 125 population now. Okay, we're getting really close to that 150 that I was looking for. Feel pretty good about that. Could upgrade some more huts, try to get a bit more of our population capacity, but otherwise we seem to be doing okay. So we have plenty of space to keep building out. Yeah, getting up to 150 population seems perfectly easy to do once you have this much space to work with. So absolutely no problem at all. Well, look at that. Another technology already. That was pretty quick. With a low commission, even better. All right, let's go ahead and trade away, let's say, excess spears and stuff. I don't think I need too many of those. I'll trade away some swords. Also not particularly valuable to me. And then, I don't know. We don't need this many bones. Let's just go ahead and get rid of bones. What do I do with bones these days? Nothing. They're practically free real estate. Or, I mean, trade goods. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Practically free. All right, cool. More technology. Stattle stones are Dunskies. And we can't afford another technology. Let's go ahead and grab the complex megalithism and see what is involved in building up a cairn, and because I want to see this. So a spiritual banner, a symbol of the settlement's power. I don't know where that came from. That's new. Cool. It takes, what was it, iron? Why does it take iron? A stick and some linen cloth. Huh. But the cairn is under funerary, and that takes 4 megalith stones, 20 regular stones, and 20 mud. That doesn't seem too bad. Wow, it's massive. It's huge. Where do I want to bury my dead? Is a good question, senor. I don't have a lot of space for it, honestly. I may have to chop down one of my fruit-bearing trees in order to place this somewhere more beneficial. It's huge. For real, though, where am I supposed to put this thing? It's too big. Well, I can place it over here in place of some of my farms. I guess that'll do. Wow, okay. Yeah, no, I mean, it seems like a good spot. I'll do it. Need to relocate my farms a little bit, but... Okay, yeah, big structure. Now, I already have plenty of megaliths already wheeled up and ready to go somewhere on the map, so it's going to take a while for them to bring it over here, but when they do, that will look pretty nice, getting close to that 150 population that I'm looking for. And also, I imagine it's worth quite a bit of prestige having a cairn. So the higher your prestige, and as long as you have enough housing, more population will continue to join you over time. So really high prestige is a good thing if we want to get up to that 150 population. So this only helps me in achieving my goal. I mean, who knows? Maybe placing all the corpses here in the cairn will help fertilize the land for all the local crops, right? That is insensitive to the dead. Something that doesn't make a whole lot of sense is when the wheel mill is not in use, the wheel stops turning. Now, I understand if you don't have any flour in there, so there's no point in having the millstone turning and stuff like that, but the wheel should always be turning under the water, right? I mean, that feels like putting the brakes on this is just increasing the wear and tear. Why would you do it? Let it flow, man. Let it flow. Wolves? Wolves are no danger to my megalith rollers. They're super strong from pulling gigantic rocks. Now we get baking technology? Goodness gracious, they keep bringing me all the tech so I don't have to sit around waiting, which I very much do appreciate. All right, let's just go ahead and get rid of some more of these unnecessary tools. We seem to have used quite a few of them up all of a sudden, but that's probably fine. 20 more, we can get rid of some flint. Don't need that too much anymore, and more flint? Sure, that'll work fine. All right, cool, now we have access to baking. Now, I am finding that as the game progresses, my population is starting to skyrocket as more and more births become frequent. However, I am starting to run lower and lower on food, so that's going to become our next big bottleneck, I think. Maybe the oven will be helpful in that sense, or maybe it won't, I don't know, but let's go ahead and place an oven right there, a communal bakery area. It should be relatively easy for me to build, no big deal there. And maybe we can get rid of things like hearth. Well, I guess we can keep one hearth around. I mean, it's still like a social gathering point. Everyone likes a good fireplace, right? You know, something that's kind of funny is these types of ovens are actually making something of a comeback even in 2020. I got quite a few coworkers that are putting in some sort of little pit ovens or clay ovens, kind of like this. Maybe not as crude, but you get the point. Sitting out here in their backyard so they can make all manner of different pizzas and breads and stuff. It's kind of funny. My God, another technology. You guys are being too freaking kind. All right, yeah, let's just go ahead and buy reinforced fortifications as well. Here, you can have a whole mess of my axes. And my axe. I probably don't need that worth nothing. Here's some iron for me as well. No food, huh? Well, this is a slight disappointment, but I can probably make that work. I'll try to contain myself. Boom! More technology for me. I am barely having to do anything. All we have to do now is get steel making as technology. We are almost done with knowledge, and most of it's not been sitting around and actually doing anything. It's hilarious. Ooh, the cairn is under construction. I want to watch this. This seems kind of cool. All right, building a nice little cross pattern there. The Halls of the Dead, we'll call it. That seems fine. Okay. We only had 4 megalith stones, so where you're getting all these extra standing rocks, I'm not too sure, but that's probably fine. Carving it down. You know, maybe that's why we can't exactly recycle a megalith structure. I don't know. All right, so we're setting a whole bunch of big rocks on top of it. How you're doing without, like, dirt ramps this time around, I don't know. Maybe you guys have gotten stronger lately. That's slightly possible. Okay, so now we're getting some extra rocks around the outsides. That seems kind of cool. Big burial chambers. Yes, I like that. How you access them, I don't know, given that there are no doors. Oh, lots of dirt. Okay, maybe they're not burial chambers at all. Or maybe they are. I don't know. So, okay, looking good. Covered in even more dirt. How'd the moss get on here? Ooh, look at all the carvings. Ooh, that looks kind of nice. Creepy statues of the dead, of our ancestors. All right, all right, all right. This is looking really good so far. Dude, this is freaking ornate. I like this thing. I like this cairn. More cairns. You're about to die of dehydration, so I recommend you take a break and go drink some water. There it is, the cairn is done. Complete with moss and or grass up top. Boom! Well, that's kind of cool. What a nice structure that would be. How much prestige is this worth? 100 prestige, you can handle 20 dead bodies. That's not bad. That is significantly more prestige than our stone circle. Ooh, with all that freaking prestige, I'll bet you a whole load of people are going to want to come and join my colony. So this oven right here is exactly the same in terms of resource efficiency as the hearth. The hearth, 1 flour turns into 2 bread. Same here, except it's 2 flour turns into 4 bread. So I think it's just a matter of speed of production, but that's kind of it with a communal oven. Also, it just looks a little bit better than having a freaking fireplace to make your bread. But okay, that seems fine. Let's go ahead and buy some more iron here. We'll buy some tin so I don't have to buy any more or mine much of that. Not a lot going on here, though. I'll just give you some bones and stuff that I don't really need. How's that sound? Pretty good? Pretty good. Oh, yeah. See, that's what I'm talking about. 5 more people just joined the settlement. That's the largest influx I've ever had. And that is undoubtedly due to my excess prestige from the cairn. Word is spreading far and wide. Pretty fun. I am continuing to build out some of these walls. I would like to get myself to having stone all the way around. We also could be upgrading our watchtowers. Now, that takes iron, not stone, interestingly enough. Huh, okay. So there is still a value in continuing to make the iron, even if we do stop making tools. Good to know. Okay. Yeah, so we should probably upgrade those. I'll bet you they have a heck of a lot more health. We should probably also reinforce the gates, which also takes some iron, but that's not too bad. Yeah, lots of stuff for us to do. Now, granted, it is the planting season, so I'm finding more and more with this game, if you really want to be efficient with your manpower, wait until the summer and the winter when people don't have a lot to do in terms of farming. That's when you go ahead and start doing major building projects. I think in the past what I was guilty of... Whoops, hang on. What I was guilty of was trying to do too much at once during the planting season, and as a result, nothing got done across the board. So now we're in a much better position. You guys all need to be running across the bridge. Now, where are you going? Over here or over here? Looks like they are going across the river? Wait, are they just crossing the river? No, they're going over here. Okay, this is where I expected them to go. Looks like a lot of my pops are already coming over here as well. Everyone should be getting across. One of my sheep is a little on the slow side. I want to close the gates. We're going to go ahead and start the closing process before these guys are able to run in. One guy ran inside, and he's going to find himself mobbed, so that was a mistake on your part. But okay, with all of our archers working, I hope we'll be okay. Looks like Karen, for example, is getting shot at, but behind the walls, no problem really at all. Well, now she's getting shot at. Oh, they broke the gate. Okay, but now we have a swarm of people ready to go. Should still be okay. Yep, it looks like we had lost a couple of people. They probably had iron or steel weaponry, and that's why they suddenly were able to do that. But there we go. So we killed a lot more. We lost a couple pops, but that's honestly not too bad. One more successful raiding defense. I like it. We should be building things like reinforced gates, though. Now that I know that they can easily break through that, let's go ahead and do that. Also, we can build reinforced platforms now, too, which also takes iron, holds more people, but doesn't provide them extra defense? Okay. I mean, still seems good. We'll probably do it. On the plus side, learning how to make some of these defensive structures has also given me enough knowledge that I can pick up the steel making. Ba-boom! All right, now we have access to steel. Beautiful. All right, so with that done, let's take a look at the recipes here. So it does take charcoal and iron. It's exactly the same recipe? Well, then why would I not just make steel all the time? There's like very little incentive all of a sudden to make any iron. Holy crud, yes. Give me all the steel. Jeez. Uh-oh. Something that's happening right now is some people are contracting diseases. I don't know if this is contagious or not. It would make sense if it is. I don't think I've ever had to deal with human diseases yet, actually, up to this point. So, is this something that becomes accessible later in the game? Possibly, and if so, that could be devastating to my population, obviously. Not a fan of that arrangement. Okay, but there is no... Nope, someone died of disease. Well, hopefully that means it's not going to spread any further. I don't know if there's any sort of medicine in this game. I don't believe that there is, so that could very quickly become a problem if it spreads unchecked. Maybe it won't, maybe it will, I don't know. Aha, we have achieved a new milestone, the secrets of steel. And that's a great... Yeah, no, that's a great picture. Great action shot right there. Okay, that doesn't tell me a whole lot about the status of my colony, but alright, no, it's fine. Cool, so which one was that? That was a milestone where we have to have 20 units of steel. That is now done. So what I've told my blacksmiths to do here is just go on automatic, make all of the tools out of steel option. Probably do not want to be making the bronze a high priority anymore. If they have some extra time and capacity, I mean, go for it, but bronze is no longer relevant. At this point, we should be making as much steel as possible and not much else. Interestingly enough, the bronze tools still have not lost their value. I kind of thought that they would. But so far, they're still considered to be pretty decent, so I mean, okay. Now, maybe the rest of the world needs to tech up, technically, to catch up to me. And at that point, they cease to be any value. Maybe. I don't know. But for now, I'll certainly take advantage of that trade good while I can. Well, I just got an achievement called Master of Steel, whatever that means. I'm guessing it means that I have made officially, like, all of the steel tools, or something like that. Which is pretty cool. Right now, what I'm trying to do is just go through and upgrade as many of the buildings as I can. If we're going to end this series with 150 pops and stuff, I just want everything to look uniform, you know? No more of the, like, some thatched roof and then some stone buildings and stuff. I want everything to look nice and uniform and civilized as is possible. I'm also upgrading my defenses, especially in the areas where I know I've been attacked the most. It doesn't seem like we've had any issues with raiders coming down this side, or up over here, or up over here. Well, actually, I take that back. We had one group come this way, didn't we? I think once. But most of the time, they seem to be hitting here and here. So upgrading all the towers and reinforced structure here seems the most important for my long-term survivability. But as long as everybody in the entire village is able to be equipped with a bow, doesn't seem like we're going to have too much trouble with defending ourselves. In fact, I'm not even convinced you need a wall. That one raid that we had, that the walls were already down, and we were able to fight that off with really no problem, kind of makes me think that maybe walls are optional, and maybe a bit of a red herring when it comes to our spending our resources on a structure here. So I don't know. I feel more secure behind some stone walls. I can say that much. Just not convinced it's necessary. Oh, got another set of raiders. Okay, where are they coming from this time? Right over here? Well, good news is I recently finished reinforcing this area, so that should be easy. Just need everyone to get across the bridges ASAP. You guys are going the wrong way. Let's not do that, thank you. Now, I don't want anyone getting into these towers, so let's make sure that these are getting properly disabled. Is anyone hopping over here? I can't decide if the villagers are smart enough to go in the areas I want them to or not. For now, I think we go ahead and close the gates. Or actually, no. Leave them all open, but close this one. I want everyone else to be able to still get inside. I just don't want them going through here anymore. Alright, so these guys are going to try to cross the bridge, and they are getting smacked on the way. Now, we do have our reinforced platforms and watchtowers here, so this should be more effective than ever. They're going to try to bash down the walls, but it doesn't seem to be doing too much for them. So this should be an absolute... Whoa, I take that back. They got through a little bit here. This should be more or less a slaughter. Looks like a couple of them did indeed break through, but they're going to get dogpiled pretty quick. Broke down the wall over here, also going to get dogpiled pretty quick. Where the heck are the traders doing? It's like, hey, we're just here to trade goods. Don't shoot us. Friendly fire. I take all your goods. Haha. No, that's not how it's going to work. But all right, so that worked. We did lose a tower, and we lost a couple of walls. That was a pretty big raiding party, though. So, I mean, we obviously can survive really big stuff. We may want to consider double walling at some point, weirdly enough, and maybe that would work. Alternatively, well, okay, I don't know if this is actually something I can do because of the way that I've set this up, but let me just go ahead and show you what I'm talking about here. So if we were to, let's say, have our standard walls, whoops, right along over here, and this is, come on, and this is where we had, like, our gate and everything else, you know, good, okay. And then what if we also had, like, another set of walls right over here? Would that break them up so it's easier to slaughter? Would some of them get stuck on the walls trying to destroy the walls, and it's easier to kind of let them trickle in and kill them? Maybe. I don't really know. But that would be my only thought as to how I could possibly improve these defenses. I've decided to set up a bunch of banners all over the place. We're going full nationalist with this civilization here. Mainly, though, what I'm trying to do is get some extra prestige so we're able to attract that last little bit of population that I need to get to my 150 milestone. So each one of these adds in 2 more prestige. I mean, it's not a ton, but you get a few of them down, and it's almost like building another dolmen. So I'm hoping that it ends up being enough. Other than that, we pretty much just have to sit back and wait until we have enough births to carry me all the way to 150, and we're only 10 away. I wish there was something else we could do with all of our excess knowledge. Trade it in for some sort of an extra good or something. I mean, that would be nice, but too much to hope for there, I think. So let's just make sure we keep getting plenty of food, continue facilitating as many births as possible, and build some banners and try to attract more people to our city. I seem to be struggling quite a bit to get more people to join, and our population dies off about as fast as it replenishes itself, which is a bit of a problem. So what I'm trying to do now is get a lot more prestige by getting tons of megaliths. We seem to be more or less in a good position from a resource perspective, so as many of these that I am able to prepare for transport, the better. What I could do is probably build like another stone circle or even another cairn with the anticipation of getting a load of prestige. I mean, the stone circle took, what, 6 megaliths and got 60 prestige, but this took 4 and got 100. So lots of cairns is probably the way to go if I want to get enough prestige to get up to 150 population. So that's what I'm going to try for. But unfortunately, it's going to be a very long and time-consuming process. Oh, good grief. 2 people got struck by lightning, but at least 4 more joined, so it almost puts me back to even. Gosh dang it, Thor, what's wrong with you? Oop, I think I just got it. Boom! People just joined the settlements, and now we got 150 population. That means I got my final milestone for the town of Gruntings. Let's take a look. Oh, it's a cairn. Yes, I am aware that I placed that there. Okay, I was kind of hoping for a slightly better screenshot of the overall village, but oh well, that's perfectly fine. Well, I guess that means that we have more or less concluded what I was going for. I mean, yeah, I'm placing down some more stone circles and 2 more cairns at the moment and stuff, trying to keep things going, but we're pretty self-sufficient right now. Everyone's looking nice and happy and healthy, plenty of animals, plenty of resources, plenty of tools. This is great. This is a really, really fun game, and at the end of the day, look at this. Look how stinking satisfying this place. And Yali, come over here. Tell me that isn't a good-looking village. It's beautiful. It's a very good-looking village. I think it looks great.
I love that the houses look like acorns.
Acorns. All right, get out of here. Your commentary is not very helpful here. They do kind of look like acorns, so I'm not going to lie. Anyway, I had a lot of fun with this game, guys. I hope that you guys did too, because I would kind of like to play a bit more of it on a harder map in the future, with a harder difficulty, and just see how well we can survive. But all in all, as far as a primer into the series, I think I understand a lot more of the mechanics, I understand some of the tips and the tricks, and I think I would be able to do even better next time around. So thank you all very much for your support throughout this series. I would ask you to hit that like button one last time. Of course, leave a comment, subscribe, hit that notify bell. Oh, goodbye, Gordon. I'm so sorry. And I will see you guys next time.